welcome to the Collapse Experiment. Seems like my last video is a little muffled. I don't know what to do with that is, if I'm just not speaking loud enough. Still having trouble hearing out of this one ear. Anyways, welcome to the Collapse Experiment. And today there's a couple things I want to talk about. One is the future of this channel. And two is something that happened to me very recently. So, as many of you know, I write on the side. I've got 26 books on Amazon. And I've been doing the self-publishing thing since 2013. So a little over 10 years. And recently I finished, it was a final draft for a new book. And I decided, okay, maybe I should start taking this thing seriously and stop putting things on Amazon. So I put out a query letter to a couple of different publishing companies, because the subject of the book has to do with local things. I went with local publishing companies. Thought it'd be a good fit. So out of the couple that I wrote to, one of them was out of Traverse. And working at the library, I noticed some of the books on their website were books that we had and I was familiar with and I'd actually checked out and enjoyed. So I was like, okay, maybe this is going to be a good fit. So, on a Sunday, I send out this query letter thinking like, they'll get it Monday. I might hear from them in, it's a publishing company, 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. And that's, if you are lucky enough to get some type of like rejection letter. 4 hours later, I get an email, basically that the guy who runs the company forwarded my letter to another person who then was contacting me and was asking, basically wanting to know more about it. So whatever I had written seemed to have their interest. So I sent them a copy of the manuscript. They were also curious about some of the research I had done and some of the videos I had taken, exploring the places where certain people had disappeared in this area. I sent links to those as well. And then it was like every other day I was getting an email where it's like, I put everything in the query letter, like the word count, things I knew should probably be changed for like legal issues, yada, yada, yada. And it's, I don't know. It's almost like they didn't read it, like they just glanced it over, because then some of the things that they're writing back are like, yeah, you should probably do this and you should probably do that. And it's like, yeah, I already suggested that. And then, of course, the word length, it wasn't long enough for their standards, which I kind of knew already, but at the same time, it's like, I see these publishing companies printing out books that are short to begin with, right? But for whatever reason, they have their industry standards. I understand that. So I was like, okay, I can work with that. I can try to make it longer, yada, yada, yada. And then I noticed at the end of the email, there's actually 2 emails attached to one. And I never noticed the second one because, you know, sometimes when you get a reply email, all the previous emails are listed under it. Well, that's initially what I thought it was. And then I realized, oh no, this is a separate email from somebody else that was sent attached to this one. So I start reading that, and it starts talking about how they can do an evaluation on my book for $750. And I'm like, first of all, what the hell is an evaluation? Like, are we talking about editing? Are we talking about some type of report as to like what market this would, like, I don't understand what they're talking about. Never heard this term before. So then I write back and I'm like, hey, you know, before we go ahead on anything here, can I learn more about your process? So at midnight last night, I get an email from the same woman that had been writing me before. And she's talking about how, you know, marketing strategies, promotions, printing, layout, design, editing, like, this is all the stuff that they do, and I'm guessing they do this on a regular basis. And she says, we can do all this for you for $7,000. And of course, my immediate response when I read this and I wrote back was, I think I'm going to have to pass. I don't have $7,000. Sorry if this was a waste of your time. Thank you for your input. So, in my opinion, this company isn't exactly out there trying to sell books. It's more like the authors themselves, and this is my opinion, but I think the authors themselves are the commodity, the business. Like, they know people want to get stuff published. They know they want it published through a publishing house, a print, you know, some press company. They want their book to seem legit. And because of that, there's companies out there that do this kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, we can do all this stuff and your book will sell. Well, you know, like, they'll do all the work, but, you know, when you come back a year later and you're like, hey, I've sold like 50 copies, like, what's going on here? And they're like, you gotta promote your book. You gotta sell it. We did everything for you. It's a professionally published book. Which is really, that's the scenario with publishing through Amazon already. So I can publish through Amazon without spending $7,000 and you know, talk about it here on this channel and hopefully have viewers, you know, pick up a copy or download or however it is they want to get one. But that's where I'm at. It's you know, from Sunday until today, like, things were looking pretty good. And then last night, you know, when I saw that $750, I was like, I don't think it even costs that much to have a book edited. Like, been there, done that, had paid people to edit my stuff beforehand, and it was like, I think the most I paid was like $300-400, something like that. And anyways, so the other thing has to do with this YouTube channel, which about a year ago I posted a video saying this is my last video, blah blah blah. That had a lot to do with some of the things I was dealing with YouTube, where I started making videos. I'd make like 4 or 5 in a week on a regular basis. And as I started getting more subscribers, more viewers, more people checking out my stuff. Some video from 3-4 years ago is all of a sudden removed. I've got a strike, yada yada yada. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try building up this channel because as of right now, I've got 497 viewers. And at 500, I forget how many, I'm pretty sure I hit the criteria for this first monetization thing, except for 500 viewers. So if I can get 3 more people to subscribe, I can apply to get some type of monetization on this channel. Now I know a lot of you like my pipes, my older pipe tobacco pipe review videos, and that's just, it's not a thing on YouTube. Like, the upside is I probably still could. I probably could still do some of those videos, but it's kind of like a big no-no on here, and just not monetize them. But then because it's on my channel, you know, they still like to get their panties in a bunch. I tried doing a separate channel a while ago, and I have like 4 or 5 videos on that, and it just went nowhere. Like, I still have videos with 0 views that are on there. So it doesn't seem to be an option. And for some reason, I come back to this one, my original channel that I've had for almost a decade, if not more. And I've got more subscribers. I don't know where it's coming from. This next year, I'm going to start now, but come January, I want to stay on a schedule of doing 1 video a day, or at least having a video uploaded. So even if I can't record a video, I want to have a backlog of stuff that I can upload a day or 2 later if I get too busy or it's the weekend. So it's on a regular schedule. I'd like to have 1,000 subscribers by summer and get the ball rolling on this, because things are just not getting better, if you know what I mean. Like, I already worked 2 jobs. I wrote this book. I do have a plan for that. I am gonna still release it. Kind of formulating in my head how I'm gonna go about like promoting it and getting it out there. But in the meantime, it's like I only have so much time per day. I've got 2 jobs. You know, weekends are pretty much taken up by the wife and kids. So I might have 2 to 3 hours in a day to work on things. It takes about an hour altogether to do like a 20-minute video on YouTube. So I can do that, eat lunch, and then go about other projects. Or I can record a couple of videos in one day and free up the rest of my days during the week to be able to work on other things, books and whatnot. The other thing I'd like to do, and this is just kind of a side note, well, one of them is if things pick up, occasionally do a live stream here and there at least once a week, talking about different things. Maybe there's a topic earlier in the week that hit a nerve with the audience, and do a little deep dive into whatever that might be. And then the other thing is I'm working on doing a movie script for the same book I've already been talking about, because I think, this is just my opinion, it would be a really good like indie film, low budget indie film, Really wouldn't take much to make it. And I already know a couple of people in the area who either went to school for film or they have an interest in doing projects like that. So, in my opinion, it's a very real possibility that something like this could actually happen. So, that would also be really cool too. So, yeah, here's that part where I say, if this sounds good to you, please like and subscribe, share this video, and yeah, it's I don't know. I've personally got to make some changes in my life because the way things are going, everything is pretty much stagnant now. That's why earlier this week was kind of big for me, because I was like, holy shit, I might actually have a book professionally published. Nope, of course not. Nope, too good to be true. Like, I should have known the moment that they wrote back within like 4 hours of my email that something was up. Like, that doesn't happen. Not in the publishing world. So, really should not be surprised how that turned out. But in the meantime, I still have my product. I can still work on it and improve it and do the things that need to be changed. But yeah, so that's about it for me. Hopefully I can gain some more followers here. Get the ball rolling with YouTube, which I know I've complained about a lot in the past, but considering I just left Twitter, because I'm going to save that for another video, because I don't know what the hell's going on over in Twitter, but I've just left that shit recently because I don't know, it's just a different type of messed up over there now. So anyways, thanks for checking this out, and keep on typing.